Sam, where are you?
How you doing, son? Is your name Sam?
Yeah?
Sam, where are you?
The fallen shall rise again.
The fallen, meaning what?
The fallen shall rise again.
The enemies of Allah, God, are working to reduce the population of the planet Earth by means of poisoning human beings and by setting up birth control laws under very wicked devices in order to rid the earth of people according to their idea of controlling the increase of the races and nations of the earth. This is a wicked thing.
The fallen shall rise again.
The American Slave Code of Law by William Goodell. In that writing, he lifts this excerpt. The Negroes may be used as breeders, prostitutes, concubines, pimps, tapsters, attendant at the gaming table, and as subjects of medical experiments for the benefit of science.
The fallen shall rise again.
So this is the thinking of the U.S. government. Slave Code of Law. Fine to use the Negroes as subjects of medical experiments for the benefit of science. Let's take a walk through the list. And I must say the Nation of Islam research team has a list that is long enough to fill a book, so that we can stop thinking that these people are individuals. They represent the thinking of an entire group that is the power behind the U.S. government. Now, the fact that the names I'm about to give you are all Jewish people, does that make me anti-Semitic because that's who they are?
The fallen shall rise again.
But these two, we don't have the picture of Schumann, but that's Olansky right there. They were the directors of the government's notorious Tuskegee study. The 40-year, did you hear me? 40-year experiment in which close to 600 black men with syphilis were studied to see the impact of the disease if it went unchecked. They did this to these brothers who were in the Deep South in Jim Crow, Alabama, while there was an effective remedy for syphilis in penicillin, essentially a cure. Even when they got penicillin, they continued. 40 years is 2 generations. The men were given a placebo, and these doctors, headed by Dr. Olansky, watched them slowly and painfully die from a disease for which there was a simple treatment.
The fallen shall rise again.
Years later, when Sidney Olansky went on ABC at the age of 79 and apologized while trying to justify his key role in this program of genocide, he only went to fend off his exposure by a man who was publicly condemning the Tuskegee experiment and linking it to AIDS and the genocidal program of white America. That man is Minister Louis Farrakhan. Is that why you call him anti-Semitic? Because he exposes you? He exposes the truth? Olansky lived to be 93 years old, had a great life. I think he became a dermatologist. And when he died, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, where he was living, gave him all kinds of accolades. No mention was made in his obituary of these wicked, demonic actions.
The fallen shall rise again.
The Sackler family. The opioid, there they are, the Sackler family. The opioid epidemic kills 130 Americans each and every day. That doesn't even get into what it does to destroy families and communities. That's the actual fatalities, mostly from overdose. Since the onset of COVID-19, which was already ravaging rural white communities, there has been an alarming rise in opioid addiction in the Black community since COVID-19. The widespread use and accessibility of that drug under the brand name OxyContin is largely due to the marketing campaign of Purdue Pharma, which is owned by the Sackler family, worth an estimated $13 billion. Now, the fact that that's a Jewish family is a fact.
The fallen shall rise again.
What has been the role of the American educational system in the continuing subjugation of Black people? The denial of three essential human rights, freedom, justice, and equality, are critical to keeping the Black man in the position of servitude which he has occupied in this country since we were brought here in chains in 1555. That third principle, equality, comes from the adjective equal, which means to be the same in value. It also means having the ability or the resources to meet a challenge. Are you equal to the task? Do you have the ability? Do you have the resources? This is what a human being must have: equality. The same value, whether I'm in the Oval Office or I'm laying in the gutter, I'm a human being. And there are essentials of life. Now, equally, fairly, and in the same way, to the same degree. But not only is equality denied, but inequality is deliberately forced upon Black men and women in America. And the engine of inequality is the American educational system.
The fallen shall rise again.
White magician sent you here.
Not exactly. He sent me to a diff dimension, and a talking goat helped me escape a lava pit in exchange for 6 drops of my blood.
Why is the U.S. government and the imposter Jews
The fallen shall rise again.
Why is the U.S. government and the imposter Jews who think for her, why are they so fixated on denying you and I a real education? I'll tell you. From the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. No one can enslave another who has equal education, parenthesis, knowledge. That's why we can't have it.
The fallen shall rise again.
How did you escape?
I made a pact with a demon that I cannot discuss. Otherwise, he said he would reap my soul and the souls of all I love, which honestly is so dramatic, and I hate drama.
The wisdom of the educational system of the original black man of the earth has never been known to this world.
Why, it's Maleficent. What does she want here?
The wisdom of the educational system of the original black man of the earth has never been known to this world because the black man was put to sleep.
Before the sun sets on her 16th birthday, she shall prick her finger on the spindle of a spinning wheel and die.
Because the black man was put to sleep.
Then she can undo this fearful curse?
Oh, no, sire.
Maleficent's powers are far too great.
Because the black man was put to sleep.
And from this slumber you shall wake. When true love's kiss, the spell shall break.
Because the black man was put to sleep in order to let this world, the white man, try itself at ruling. Now the rule of this world has been found to be dissatisfying, and the dissatisfaction is 100%.
Will I change sides to the Autobots?
What do you mean change sides?
It's a choice. It's an intensely personal decision. So much negativity.
Allah has come to take over and guide another people into setting up a better educational system for the people of whom he himself is the head.
Only a Prime can defeat the Fallen.
Optimus Prime?
So you've met a Prime?
I think direct contact.
He sacrificed himself to save me.
So he's dead. Without a Prime, it's impossible. No one else could stop the Fallen.
Lennox, I'm with the kid, you know? One with the attitude, right? We need the truck. The truck. We got a possible resurrection going on over here. You're not gonna believe. We got a possible resurrection going on over here. You're not gonna believe where we are. Code, Tut, as in King Tutankhamun.
Who is without a shadow of a doubt a divine leader, teacher, and guide for you and me. He is the man that we have all come out to hear from today.
Code, Tut, as in King Tutankhamun. Back of a $1 bill.
It is written in the Holy Quran in the 3rd chapter, the 49th verse.
Back of a $1 bill. Coordinates for airdrop. 29.5 north, 34.88 east. Write it down. Write it. Oh my God.
I gotta go, okay.
It is written in the Holy Quran in the 3rd chapter, the 49th verse, that there will be a sign that will let us know that God and his Messiah are present in the world. It says that this Messiah would take and form from the dust. It says that this Messiah would take and form from the dust someone that will be likened unto the form of a bird.
Jolt, electrify. Tank back those afterburners.
Someone that will be likened unto the form of a bird. someone that will be likened unto the form of a bird, and that he would breathe into that bird and it would become a bird.
Let's roll.
And that he would breathe into that bird and it would become a bird. Well, this is not talking about the dust from the earth forming into a bird with physical wings. This is talking about a man among us that will become a flyer operating like a bird.
Let's roll.
This is talking about a man among us that will become a flyer operating like a bird. Just as a bird is a sensitive creature, a bird is one that has elegant language. A bird is one that has beautiful speech. A bird is the one when they chirp or they sing their song, it wakes us up in the morning. It wakes us up in the morning. A bird is a sensitive creature. So it will be one among us will be made by the Messiah that will be like a bird. Well, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad said one day to the honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, "Don't you worry, brother, for you are like a bird flying in the air."
Let's roll.
I am the little Jesus.
A divine warning to the wicked, to the rulers of darkness of this world.
I am the little Jesus.
A divine warning to the wicked, to the rulers of darkness of this world, to the spiritual wickedness in high places.
I am the little Jesus that walked among you, did miracles among you. The Million Man March was a miracle.
Now, under the Classified Alien Autobot Cooperation Act, you agreed to share your intel with us, but not your advancements in weaponry.
And the wheel took me up from the top of that mountain. The wheel was off to the side and took me into the wheel. And took me into the wheel. I was sitting next to the pilot, but I couldn't see him. I was sitting next to the pilot, but I couldn't see him. And he took off at a terrific speed, and I knew where he was going, and I was terrified. Because to see an object in the sky that's a half a mile down, a half a mile up, a half a mile wide, it was like being invited to a city that's 40 miles up above the earth. And there I was on that wheel.
Under the Classified Alien Autobot Cooperation Act, you agreed to share your intel with us, but not your advancements in weaponry.
Did you think that you can kill off millions of Native Americans? Did you think you can take a nation out of Africa and do what America has done and is continuing to do?
Under the Classified Alien Autobot Cooperation Act, you agreed to share your intel with us, but not your advancements in weaponry.
Do you think that the Mexicans who once owned Arizona, California, New Mexico, Colorado, some parts of Utah. That's Native American and Mexican land. Do you think what America has done to the native people, she don't have to pay for that? Do you think what she's done to us, she doesn't have to pay for that?
A divine warning to the wicked, to the rulers of darkness of this world, to the spiritual wickedness in high places.
The final call has been issued. For 40 years, the paper is out. And now, judgment is coming down in full.
How do you plead?
So the messenger said Europe will be one of the worst war areas of all the world. And when you start going away, the messenger said, you go away by the tens of thousands to fight. He said, but you'll come back by the 5s and 10s. You can't win another war.
Sam! Spotted, sir!
You can't win another war. Russia, this will be your undoing too. You see, all white power has to end. The kingdom of God has to be established.
Let us begin.
I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting.